Okay, I'm not sure if you can see my screen or if it's visible. Let me try to make it a bit. Okay. Okay, I think that's a bit visible. So you can see on the first chart, I had my eyes on GU. I think we did a review on it yesterday. So I got in on a buy here after seeing this price action. Right, so I thought we were gonna go as high as this area. It was a scalp trade though, aiming for 20 to 30 pips. So as soon as I got somewhere, when the price got here, I put my stop loss from here. I put it on break even. As you can see, the price then came down, and it took me out here. So this one didn't play out, ended out at break even. GBP USD. Then also had my eyes on gold. I think gold, I had a buying bias. As you can see, I wanted to buy gold, so I was waiting for it to break, but it actually went the other way. So in my mind, I was so bent on a buy too much in such a way that when the sell setup played out, I missed it. So this one was a no trade for me. Let me just say missed. So I missed this one. Then I was also eyeing US 30. Okay, this just moved now. Okay, I was eyeing US 30 for a sell as well. So I marked this, but I think it moved around 5 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. 4:30 p.m. on New York Open. It moved into profit, then back, took me out here. So this one hit SL. So I didn't really re-enter after this. I was just like, let me switch to synthetics. So this was what we looked at yesterday. So we're going to look at it for today, but just now. So I'm going to share my MT5. We look at C5 and maybe one more, then we can look at gold and just gold, I think. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's my synthetic chart. Okay, C1 or this C5. C5, what it did, a C5. Okay, we were in this trade, C5, we started trading it yesterday. I think after the DMR, we marked this zone during DMR, but the zone didn't hold. As you can see, it was violated here. This zone also was broken here, but I think we sold here. I remember we caught a few pips here initially. Then when price pushed up, we had sells in here as well. Most people took profit here, including myself. Then the price pushed back up. Then from there, it's just like plummeted. But I remember when we sent the signal, we had like a 30 to 50 pip SL. So the 50 pip was somewhere here. So it went on to hit TP for those who held. Then it just continued falling from there. So today, let's see how we can mark it up. Because I think from hindsight, okay, this is actually a little M here, price pushing down. So C5, I think I'll actually open a trade. Okay. From the weekly chart, I've been seeing that the weekly has got high probability of closing red. Just that there's too many lines there. I'm not sure if it's possible, it's visible. So I've got this other zone on the bottom and this zone here. So two things can happen. Price can reject this zone, or they can break and come to this zone. But this is on the weekly though. So from the weekly, I've got that selling bias daily. Okay, daily. Okay, you can see I've been very active on this one. So C5 looks like it will fall on daily to this OB here. Let's get to this OB here. So we saw now, I think it's already in profit because it's already spiked. So if this price wants to really move today, we could get a daily candle, which is going to get us into the zone. So 70 to 73.00, that's the TP. But if we do get a pullback during the day, we can also enter. So we're just going to do multi-time frame analysis now and see where it takes us. So this is also a rejection to the top side on the daily. So we should get selling momentum. Daily is trading below the 50, which is good downtrend. So there is high probability in entering the sales here on C5. So I'll just put my TP there, 7,300. Okay, stop loss. Let's just do multi-time frame analysis. Then we'll check where the stop loss can go. Okay, H4. Okay, with a mini zone there broken. Price came back below, trading below the 50. So H4 as well, we're good for sales. H4 candle, the current candle closes at in 20 minutes. So I think the next one could be bearish as well. So we look to take profit on last week's lows, which is around 7,400. And we also look to hold. Okay, this will be the TP now. Then if we get a pullback, we could also enter and take profit at 73.00. This is H4. H1. Let's see the patterns here. So now we're looking for order blocks. Like if a pullback comes, where is this price going to go? So I remember yesterday when we marked C5, zone, trend line. Okay. Okay, so we want to see what will happen here. So this little structure here, okay, sorry, it just spiked, so I couldn't respond to that. But let's go to the smaller time frames because I'm about to point where we're looking for order blocks. Because if we're in a downtrend, obviously we'll get a pullback. So for now, don't enter for now. Let's see if we're gonna get a pullback here. So this little structure here has been broken here. So price can actually pull back either into this OB or into this one, which is a bit higher. But I don't think it will go all the way up. I really doubt. So let's check M15. Okay, M15, you can see that was a huge candle. So usually sometimes after such candles, you get price action like this. The market goes sideways for some time as the moving averages catch up, or the price totally like pulls back. So for now, I would say price can even push back all the way up to the entry. So let me see what we can do here. So this is M15. Momentum, head and shoulder on TDI. Okay, you can open one position with a small lot. I'm also going to scale in here because I think this price is good enough momentum to push it down. So we're looking to take profit on yesterday's lows, right? Before, okay, if we get here, Let me actually put in actual zone. If we get to that order block, that's where we look to TP right here. We look to TP here, expect a pullback, re-enter, then take profit on LOD. Price pulls back up again. Then we will continue falling until 73.00. But if it does pull back up, I know we're definitely coming down. We need a clean ID50 here where the 1350 cross price at some point will pull back to this 50 EMA at some point. That will complete the ID50 setup. So when we enter it from there, we'll look to take profit at 7,300. But right now, if we get one or two spikes, we can close. Okay, so this is M15 clean downtrend. Okay, let me just take this phone call quick. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So as the price is falling, if you know that you're in a downtrend, if you figure it out that you're in a downtrend, what you simply need to do is go to your H1, M15, wherever price leaves an order block, make sure you mark it. So that's where you'll be looking for an entry if price pulls back. For example, the order block I've just put now. It's a possibility that price can even pull back to that area before continuing to drop. If they continue to drop now, can we also check C3? Okay, we'll check it now. If they drop, they might leave another green candle here, right? Then they continue dropping. So that green candle will be an order block. If price does pull back, that will be our sell limit area. So for now, I think that's all I have on C5. So I'll update signals on it as well as the day progresses. So we're just going to check C3 now. Okay, C3. Daily, you can see we have a zone here. We have a zone here. It was retested 2 times here. Price came into the zone, but it seems like they might be rejecting because this is the daily. So this is some form of reversal pattern. So they might push back up a bit before falling. So this structure here was broken by this move. So the last green candle is this one. You can see we marked this OB, I think, from yesterday's analysis. Okay, so we're expecting price to pull back into this area before actually falling. Here we're now trading below the 50 and it's the daily. So once we get a rejection of either this moving average or this zone. If we get a rejection candlestick, preferably a red one, we'll look to sell this. Possibly we should try and hold until maybe somewhere here or somewhere here. So daily, that's my view. So we're just going to drop down the time frame and see if we can catch some intraday reversals. Excuse me. So when the price is going up, most of the times it will give a midday reversal or intraday reversal. Okay, so let's go to H4, see what's going on. Okay, H4, you can see we already had the ID50 set up. Your 1350 cross. Okay, this setup which is forming here, I think this could be the best limits. Let me just mark it properly. This here is the best limit. Those who follow BTMM, there's a setup like this. It's a signature trade, whereby you get an M, right? 2 touches off the moving average. 1 leg usually out of the bands, 1 leg in the band for TDI. On the 3rd touch of the 50, you're getting a drop. Price line is to hug the yellow baseline here. That's a signature trade. So those who do BTMM will understand this. So yeah, we're looking for price to come here. But also be in mind, it could also trap as high as this order block here. So there's a lot of price action going on there. So there could be a lot of traps as well in that area. So you just need to trade it with caution. But this is very valid for a sell limit. So the sell limit will be on 76.89. Okay, 76. So I'll put my sell limit now. $76.89. Okay. So from there, I think price might play a little bit, but C3, have it on your watch list. If you get any reversal candle here, please sell without a doubt. So what reversal candles are we looking for? We're looking for price action like this. We're looking for price action like this. Price action like this. If it happens here, we're going to sell it. Take profit 1 is on this week's lows. Otherwise, you can just trail, because I think they will break this week lows and set new lows if they do drop. See this week? Okay, 23, 24. Yeah, this week lows here. So we could see the dealer breaking this week lows. H1. Okay, H1. We just wait for price to push up a bit. So when it pushes up a bit, we're going to expect a reaction. On the 200. So this is my point of interest for now, right now for C3. This is H1. But at the same time, we want to see what happens here. They might fail to break today's high. Right, so let's keep an eye there, but I've got a huge probability here for that zone to be the point of interest. So C3, it's on my watch list for a sell. Today is Thursday, so probably it could drop for the next 3 days. So if we enter from here, let's try to hold. So you should also like have your trend lines in case the price doesn't reach here and decides to just start falling so that you don't miss. So if you check, we also have a trend line from the top side. Okay, check what I'm taking. Okay, let me use this. Okay, so you can see this price can actually come to this trend line here. So on that trend line, it's meeting that zone as well we marked. That's where we put our sell limit. So they could trap outside a little bit. They could trap outside. If they do trap, they can come as high as this order block here. So that's a refined order block within an order block. So this qualifies to be an OB because this momentum broke this low. So high probability we could trap as high as here. But the only problem with C3 is it's hard to hold a trade here until it gets here, because from 7690 to where the price is now, that's about 200 pips. So you understand the type of loss you'll be holding. You also need to understand the amount of drawdown you will have if you use this limit. So you might want to start small lot, small lot, small lot, small lot, then a big lot there. Stop loss has to be tight now, or you can put it just above this zone if you can. Then from there, we just wait and see how price plays out. They can even do like this. That's also possible, so don't rule that one out. But otherwise, from higher time frames, I think once we get to the point of interest, we are going to drop. Okay, I don't know if there's any questions on what we discussed, because I think I want to just check gold before we finish. Questions, addition, subtraction. Anyone wants to share their screen? Just raise your hand. I'll make you the host and you can share whatever you trade, because I believe we don't trade the same things. Okay, let me just finish off by checking if we cannot scalp a sell right now, because due to the volatility on C3, it's very easy to scalp and get a good number of pips. So here you can check. Okay, let's put a trend line here. So already before the price goes up, it can still come back to this trend line. That's very possible, because this here is an order block. Okay. Price can come into that area before falling. So, and from current price to that area, it's almost 100 pips. So you can check the possibilities on C3 and B3. The only disadvantage is if you are on the wrong side, the loss is almost equally the same. So you still have to trade with caution and use your proper risk. So I'm just going to check M5. Okay, with the price action I'm seeing, I think it will drop. It should drop into this zone here. So I'll put my TP on the 200 or on 72. So I'm expecting 50 pips there. Okay, my stop loss is just above this candle. The last M5 candle. That's where my SL is. So you can see that's a quick scalp possibility, and it can pay about 50 pips. So we're just gonna wait and see how that one plays out. Let's see what's going on with C5. C5 is in profits. For those who took this session on like at 9:30, we shared that trade already. So we're looking to take profit just now, because from our entries, it's about, I think, let me just calculate 75. Okay, from this entry to current market price, I think we've taken 60 pips already. 60 pips off C5 on the first position, and 20 pips on the second position. So already we've taken 80 pips. Right. So those who remember the 100-day challenge, I think we should restart it on the 1st of Feb. You can get your accounts ready, get in touch with me if you want to do it with me. Because remember, on the 100-day challenge, we've got a target of only 20 pips. So already you could have reached your target. So all you need is just that 20 pips per day. Right, 20 pips. And already here you can see it dropped again. So already caught almost 100 pips now. So all that extra, use it for whatever you want to use it for. But those who want to do the 100-day challenge, just let me know on WhatsApp. Okay, so as you can see, C5 did the things during the Zoom. If you took the trade, well done. Just want to check the pips which it has moved. So now we can await a pullback, because after every impulsive move, like every huge momentum you get, there is usually a pullback. So possibly we will look to scale out now. So first position, 90 pips. Second position, 50 pips. 140 pips. Not bad. So that's my view. Then C, let's check what's going on with C3. Okay, let's see if they're gonna hit SL there. We'll just wait for this to move so that we see what happens while it's still on the charts. Because where I put my SL, I'm actually seeing that if you check this zone here, that might want to come back right there. So I think I'll move my stop loss just above this last high. And if I do that, I might also consider extending my TP as well to somewhere here or on today's lows. So this will be TP1. TP2 will be here. So let's see what happens. Tiny spike there, M5. Okay, just gonna check the 2 minutes. Okay, we should fall here. Okay, for now, don't change your stop loss, just leave it there. Because I'm seeing now price is playing on the 200 on the 2-minute time frame, so it might actually reject it and then push up back to these highs. So just leave your stop loss here. Let's see what happens. Looking for a possible drop to the 800. So let's see. This here for me, that's an OB. Okay, the exact stop loss is on it's on 72.76. If we need to move it to 72, okay, the current one is on 72.76. but we might need to push it to 76 to sort of, I don't know where I'm getting 76. We need to push it to 72.87 probably, but if they break it there, then cut loss and let's wait for a proper setup to happen. Take profit is on 72.00. The SL I have now is on 72.76. C1 I'm going to scale out, oh sorry, not C1, C5. I'm going to scale out there. Okay, let's see what happens. C3, the last M15 candle also looks like a rejection. Okay, that last candle on M15 looks like a rejection. So that first, the stop loss we have, don't move it. If it's hit, then let's wait for proper setup. You remember that other setup we said we are anticipating? This is the opposite. Although I'm expecting it to come here. If it wants to push up, it should at least come here first. Let's see. Okay, anyone else want to share whatever they're trading or share their screen? Anyone else wants to share what they are trading? Yeah, I still have a feeling it will spike here. Okay, 10:05, 5 minutes. Okay, this price action here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens in this zone I've just put. So you might want to move your stop loss to 7,300. Let's see what happens there. And you might want to move your TP as well. Okay, anyone else wants to share? Nobody. Okay, let's just wait and see what happens here. So C5 has scaled out. I'll just look at C1 in the meantime while this is moving. Okay, C1, we gave a signal via Telegram last night. We gave a sell, I think it was somewhere here because it was an hour before this period separator popped. So I think we took it somewhere here. We took a sell. I only exited it this morning somewhere here. So for now, possible pullback as high as possible pullback to as high as this area. We also have possibility to get some spikes here. Okay, so that's how I'm looking at C1. Yeah, we look for a reaction on these two zones I've put. Either here when it missed the 50, because now we're expecting an IT50 setup. So let's see what happens. Broken, 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 broken. It could be very bearish as well. So let's see what happens. We're looking for a reaction here and a trap up until this area. Okay, let's check C3. It's now in that zone. Okay, let me check here. I think I'm seeing something. Okay. Okay, if you had a limit on the zone, spiked. Okay, let's see if it's going to push the way we want it to. So remember, we still have a zone on the top. So if we get into profit here, we won't hold that much unless it's a confirmed sell. Okay. Okay, so this just turned into a live trading session. Let's see, let's see. So let's see if they are breaking this mini trend line there. So if they break it, they should fall to TP if they do break. We can get an immediate fall. Or they might do this. Or they might do this. But yeah, let's wait and see. Okay, let's see if they will break rejection of the 50, rejection of the 50. What are they gonna do here? I've just scaled in on C3. If you can scale in on C3, you can do that. So I've got a hunch that they will fall to the 800. Yeah. Okay, I think we can just continue this on WhatsApp because now I need to do some other things. So let's just see what happens here. But I have a possible TP on possible TP is on the 800 for those using PTMM, 800 EMA. Right here. So you can put your TP on 7190, possible TP. So now this stop loss can also move. Because since we've scaled in, we'll come to this previous low, which is on okay, stop loss is now on, I'll move it a bit to 7290. $72.90 for the stop loss. Okay, then we see what happens from there. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. Nobody else wanted to share their chat, so this video was recorded as well. This whole week, I think we're putting all the materials on YouTube. So if you still want to go through it, you can still find it on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe also, you share with your friends. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Have a peaceful day.